Okay, YouTube, so Paul Bates with Bates Outdoor Adventures, and today I really want to talk about camping out at Dumont. If it's your first time going out, it's definitely an exciting place. Here you can see us leaving the house here. We live in St. George, Utah. About 4.5 hours. If you stop and get fuel, it's about 4.5 hours. Anyway, so when you're heading out to Dumont, you got to pretty much be prepared for everything. It's in Death Valley, California, and they don't call it Death Valley for no reason. So here you can see us. We're going down the road here. We came through the Tecopa turnoff. So you go through Vegas, come up Blue Diamond, and then get off on Tecopa. And then when you're coming down the Blue Diamond there, you make a left at the Tecopa turnoff. And then when that dead ends, you make a left, and then you go, I don't know, 14, 15 miles, and you're at Dumont. And here you can see us turning down the dirt road. The dirt road's fairly long, not too bad here. You can see I'm going to let a couple of these guys go by. And I'm just not going to rush down there. It's just, I'll take my time. I'm not going to beat my coach up trying to drive down there. I've been doing this now for about 20 years. I have been stuck on this road, and I've also been stuck in the dunes with my RV. And it seems like lately, though, over the years, they've done a little bit better job preparing the road for you. It's all graded and everything like that. And I've been going the last probably 3 or 4 years, and I haven't had any problems at all on this road right here. Now, when you get into the dunes there, a little bit different story. But the reason I'm doing this video is for the first timers going to Dumont and what to expect and how to get into Dumont. So if this is your first time coming to Dumont, it's definitely an exciting place. It's a big difference between Glamis. We've done them all. There's not any of the dunes that we haven't done here. Right here you can see right here, this is the ranger station we're pulling into right here. And you'll have to get a tag here, and you can go over here to one of these little kiosks over there on the right there and just put your credit card in there, and it has like a solar power charger thing on it. On the big holiday weekend, you'll see the rangers standing out there. But on the non-holiday weekend, you can just walk over there, swipe your card, grab your little tag, and you got to put it up in your windshield. If you get caught out there without this little tag in your windshield, you could get a fine for it. So it's just not worth it. It's fairly cheap. I think it was $30 for the weekend. So now you can see us. We're actually driving up into the dunes right now. And once you leave that ranger station, you're pretty much heading into the dunes. And you can see here in a minute, I'm going to come up on the big ranger station on the right hand side. And on a big holiday weekend like this, I will go and try and stay away from the crowd the best I can. And I just pretty much, right when I got to the ranger station, you see it right there to the right, I just pretty much, if I would have turned left there, but I went up a little bit further, but if I turned left there, I was probably about a half mile down the road from there. So when you get out there, there's plenty of restrooms, there's plenty of outhouses. There's probably, I can't even remember, there's probably 12 or 13 outhouses. On a non-holiday weekend, I'll pull right up to the dunes. I just love it. I love it between the two dunes. I've been over by the Super Bowl. I just love them all. I'll get a lot closer to the dunes on a non-holiday weekend. But pretty much you just go out here and pick your camping spot. There will be all kinds of fire pits and stuff like that. We basically just pull up to one. Now when you come in here, especially when you go to the, if I had went to the right there, you can get stuck over there a little bit. So you just got to be careful. And you see this, you can see the stop spots. If it's your first time going, I highly recommend that you get there during the daylight, so you just don't have to deal with it at nighttime, because it's super easy to see the soft spots and the hard spots. So once we get there, you can see right there, right in front of us there, that's Bathhouse 12. And that's where we camp pretty much, right fairly close to there. Right now I'm just getting the RV set up, and I'm just driving around getting my angle and stuff like that. I always like to point the nose of the coach into the wind, and then I want to get my best views of the dunes from my windows too, so it's important to me. Now I'm going to take you guys over to Vendor Row. On the big weekends, they'll have all kinds of vendors out there, and you can go over there and shop, and they'll have ice, firewood, t-shirts, and anything else that you might expect on a big holiday weekend. On a non-holiday weekend, you won't get any of these vendors. There will be nobody out there. You won't even see a ranger most likely on a non-holiday weekend. Okay, YouTube, so here we are driving over to Vendor Row, and I just want to go over a couple of like riding etiquette and stuff like that. So when you get out here, especially on a holiday weekend, the riding's not that great. And like I said, right now I'm just driving over to Vendor Row, just going to take it easy. I've got Bev and Daisy with me. So I've had just as much fun out here on my 900 Razor as I have my X3 Turbo. It is a big difference. I mean, if you want to go up to the top of Cog Hill, you're going to need at least 1,000 Razor or 1,000. The 900, it'll do it if you have paddles on it and you got a little engine work on it. It'll get up Cog Hill, but it's really the turbos. But I've had just as much fun out here with my 900 as I had anything else. The 900 will go into the Super Bowl. It'll go anywhere you want to go. Right here on the right hand side here, you can see the big Ranger station. And they're set up for on the holiday weekends. You may see one or two of them on a non-holiday weekend, but it's very rarely. I've gone out there and never even seen a Ranger come out there on a non-holiday weekend. So now we're heading over to Vendor Row here, and at Vendor Row they'll have pretty much, you know, again, just ice and firewood, t-shirts, flags, stuff like that. There's a couple parts and a welder there and stuff like that, but pretty much when you come out here you need to bring, again, I'll repeat it, everything that you need to bring. Also, you want to obey these speed limits right here. You can see it's coming on the 5-mile-an-hour speed limit, and there's more vendors coming here. This is very early in the day. We're like our first one in our group to get out here, so, but as you can see here, I'm going to drive through Vendor Row. You can see that the wind's blowing. Pretty much out there, the wind blows all the time. It's very rarely that I go out there. I have been out there with no wind, but especially on a holiday weekend, it seems like the wind always blows. And a good way to tell how high the winds are blowing is if it's over 30 miles an hour, you won't see anything. It'll just all be dust. So right now I would say we have sustained winds of 15, 16, 17 miles an hour with gusts up around 20, 25 miles an hour. The big gusts, you'll see dust just blowing over the dunes. But it's just a wonderful place. I don't want you to be afraid of it. It's just a great place to go. I love it. I think it's beautiful in the spring and the fall when you're going through and the flowers are blooming on the backside of the dunes. It's just unbelievable, the views are. And me and my wife, we just love it. And you can have just as much fun on a 570, or no, you can just come out here and camp. There's just dry camping. You buy your little pass there and you get a 14-day. It doesn't matter how many days you stay on that pass. When you spend that $30, I believe it's 14 days before you have to move or do anything like that. Over there you can see the right side of the dunes. That's about the middle of the dunes right there. And then we're coming back through the thing right here. We're heading right towards the Super Bowl right now, and we're coming back up Vendor Row right now. So you can see, like I said, they have everything there. There'll be t-shirts and flags. That's a food vendor right there to the left. And it'll only get fuller. You can see like the Daisy video that I put out earlier, where there's probably 3 to 4 times more vendors than that. But pretty much, it's a great place to go. Go get your t-shirts and enjoy yourself. Okay, YouTube. So what I want to talk about now while I'm driving down Vendor Row here is cell service. So what I carry with me when I travel is AT&T and Verizon. I have a Verizon cell phone and an AT&T cell phone. At Dumont, AT&T will sporadically work, especially if you're just trying to text, but trying to make a phone call, very, very iffy. I've been able to do it like over by the Ranger station, the main Ranger station. If you get up there fairly close, I've been able to do it. But if I go all the way over to the North Pole or up on the top of the dunes, AT&T works fairly well. Verizon will work right in the parking lot right here, like right here when you see me, like anywhere in here, I pretty much have Verizon. Now, whether it's good enough, especially on a holiday weekend when you got a million, or not a million, but thousands of people trying to use the service, it's probably a little bit more sketchy, but pretty decent. You can talk on the phone, you can get your emails, you can check anything. I can pretty much do whatever I want with the Verizon service. I can even pick it up on my AT&T phone and link it over. So again, Verizon out here, AT&T not so good, but you do have the service, and all you can do, even if you're in a 570 Razor, you can drive through the dunes there and go all the way to the back over there and easily have service with AT&T. So the next thing I want to talk about YouTube is the dunes themselves. When you're out here, it's just a wonderful, wonderful time. And you can see there's dunes here to the right and then to the left there, and you go right down that center right there and you're going to Cog Hill. In a minute I'm going to take you over to Cog Hill because I think it's important to go over there, especially like this is a big holiday weekend, and I'll take you over there. This video isn't really about riding in the dunes. I'll do some more videos for you guys and take you on a couple of nice rides, show you some easy rides, get up and in and out of the dunes. But I really do want to take you over to Cog Hill and show you what it's all about, because I see some of the big boys over there riding in their sand cars, and it's just a wonderful experience. Even if you're on a 570, you could just drive over there and watch them. I mean, it's fun. You can even drive your pickup truck or your car over there if it's four-wheel drive. I wouldn't recommend anything that's not four-wheel drive to go over there. And also remember, you got to have a flag when you go over there. So make sure you have, once you get into those dunes right here, you can see us coming up on them right now, you got to have a flag. So here's the big boys, and you can see them, and we're out over here at Cog Hill. You see a couple of, like this little Razor going up here, but you're going to see a big sand car go up the hill here in just a second. Crank up the volume here for a second because it's awesome watching these big guys with these LS motors go up and down these hills.
I can't see focus. What I don't like is that I can't use my viewfinder on this thing. Yeah, put the camera.
Okay, YouTube, so after watching the car here, we're going to head back to camp here, and I'm just going to do a quick video of you just showing you our campsite setup. We have like 5 coaches out here. Just make a nice circle out here, and you can see the kids playing and stuff like that. But when you're out at Dumont here, make sure you have your helmets. It's a helmet law out here in California. Anywhere in California, you have to wear a helmet in a UTV. I just want to make sure that you know that. You can see here we started a campfire. Just a great time, wonderful friends and family. I love Dumont. I've come out here for, like I said, years and years and years. And I want to end the video by saying thank you guys. Thank you for all your support. We love and appreciate your time. Thanks, Paul and Bev. Bates Outdoor Adventures. Thank you again, YouTube.